Hi and welcome to a new episode of Daddy's Toy Review. This used to be my favorite machine. Still in many ways is. This is my CAT320 CLU. It's a 2007. It's a 2007 CAT320 CLU. It's a 320 excavator with an oversized counterweight and a 4-foot reduced tail swing. It doesn't quite swing inside the tracks, especially with the catwalks on it, but it comes pretty close. This machine has a progressive link thumb, which gives it the ability to reach all the way around. Now mind you, that thumb is relaxed on the breaker right now. That's a 60EX Stanley breaker. It's oversized for the machine. The only way I was able to get that on top of a 320 was because of the extra weight of the machine. A normal 320 excavator weighs about 45,000 to 48,000 pounds. This machine, I think, clocks in at base weight of 57,800, I think it is. And then I've got the progressive link thumb, the rock guards on it, you can see down here, that protects rock from going inside the tracks. I bought this machine designed for road building, forestry, rock breaking. Basically, I designed it to tackle the harshest elements possible. Fall protection cage, that's a certified fall protection. I can go in and do forestry with it. I got the medium stick with medium boom. It's the package I ordered on it. It is just an all-around solid machine. Now I did baby this thing, and I do mean by babying by warming it up, cooling it down, stroking the hydraulics. Top Moly Schaefer's grease. We love Moly grease. The best grease I've ever found was definitely Schaefer's. So this machine is 12,800 hours. Original pins, bushings, undercarriage still has 50%. Engine, pumps. Undercarriage, just to make note, would probably have gone through about 3 undercarriages by now. And I run this thing in the steepest terrain possible. What is my secret? That's what I was getting to with the Schaefer's. A good greasing daily, 8 hours, 10 hours. Now when you use a Moly and you have a project that you need to push 20, 30 hours without getting a good greasing in, well, the only way you're going to do that is with a really good grease preemptively. If you're using a grease with a Moly, the Moly, even when the grease push outs, still gives you some lubricity. You don't get that squealing. It lasts quite a long time. Like, I've actually gone in the exception of 70 plus hours without a greasing, and that was actually rock breaking. So it does work. There is tried and true. Now, the only pin that I have broken in this is that one right there, twice. That one right there. Sheared it. But when the pin came out, there was actually no wear in the pin. It sheared right at the, I guess the weakest link, but right at the, where the ear is for that. Because one side of that's solid and the other side of it is not. The solid side is where it sheared off. So maybe if they put more of an arc into the bevel of it and had where this set into it, then that would strengthen up that part. But what they have is just 90, 90, 90. And so maybe that's it. It just needs a bit more of a buttress. Flaw in the design, but all in all, this machine has been really solid. It has stood the test of time. The only issue I had on it when I first got it was it had a blown alternator straight out of the factory, and for the first 1,000 hours I kept saying, "You hear that squealing sound?" And they said, "No, we can't." But long and short, it failed about a month after the warranty was over, and they didn't honor it. They paid for half of it. However, fitting, we've had our ups and downs over the years, but there's a reason why I've bought over 40 machines of Caterpillar equipment. This breaker was bought through CAT. They took care of me during a rough economy. They believed in me because I was truthful with them, and I told them as hard as it was, in pure honesty. But this machine has been tried and true. 12,800 hours, an original. I owe it to warming it up, cooling it down every single day. I didn't start the machine up about a month ago, up until actually about a week ago, for about 3 months. And I got in and it was boop, boop, boop. I haven't started in 2.5 a month, maybe 2.5 weeks to a month. maybe a couple weeks, whatever it's been. But it just went, whoop. There was no chugging, runs smooth. Bob's is an aftermarket day quip. Just a downright good machine. But as you can see by the other page, this is still original. That sprocket is still original. The only wear on those links is from the rock guards. So it's very important when you own a machine to, one, warm it up. 10 minutes, whether it's summer or winter. It's not about the engine, it's about the hydraulic pump. 2, make sure you warm up the hydraulic pump. Sometimes extending a boom and holding it there on a 3 or a 4 creates more friction and warming up of the pump than you would by trying to cold push it. I always tell the guys, we got a rule. We got 10, 3, 5. 10 minutes, warm it up. 3 minutes, stroke the hydraulics. 5 minutes, cool it down. You do that, and this $300,000 asset will last you a long time. Now, I've trained the guys to do that with all my stuff, and I've switched all my materials in all of my compartments to synthetic oil, everything. Like synthetic hydraulic oil. Actually, no, it's a semi-synthetic hydraulic oil. Fully synthetic Mobil 1 Delvac ESP. Full synthetic in the drive engines. Full synthetic in the swing drive. Additive out the yin yang, and it actually pays off. My maintenance costs in a machine like this would normally be about $50,000 to $70,000 a year. And knock on wood, and that's probably going to change how today goes, but knock on wood, they've been zero for a very long time. Oh no, with the exception, I was wondering what the sound I was hearing, and I blew a muffler. But that was the first real wear and tear. It's like getting 1,000,000 kilometers out of a vehicle with one set of brakes and one set of tires. It's not impossible, but it definitely matters how you drive. You want to put in every effort possible in order to do it. Now in the background here is a house I built for my parents. It's been a long, painful process, and maybe one day we'll get through it. But this is basically the same design I'm going to build on the farm. And I'm just going to put a wing off of the other side of the house and make it more of an L shape, so that basically, and then turn that whole section into windows and make it overlook the farm. Back to the 320. This thing is a rock star. I'm just going to run the rock breaker for a couple hours, finish up a bunch of stuff, and then we're going to get this gorgeous girl over to the farm. Because production for me, it sure ain't happening quick enough. And I want a lot more of that field done. And you know what, if it's that easy just by planting seeds, there'll come a point where I'm just going to have to send some friends into a section and say, I need you to harvest that. And I already got a bunch of friends that have already been reaching out to help. So if I've got enough seeds to plant that entire field. Let's just see how fast we can get it out there. Have a good night. Thank you for watching Daddy's Toy Review.